Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan with my third consecutive response video to someone coming out with a why I'm no longer vegan. This time not a video, but to a post to their community tab on YouTube. And it's a well-known personality this time, CosmicSkeptic. I'm sure many of you guys know who he is and follow his content. I have to admit, straight up front, full disclosure, I know who he is, obviously. I've never really watched an entire video of his, which is strange. You guys might think he'd be all, I'd be all about him since he's into philosophy, and I've studied philosophy on the undergraduate and graduate level, but this is how it is. So anyway, let's look at his post that he just made and try to see if there's some real reason here as to why he can't be vegan. I want to say again, as I always do on these videos up front, that this is not an attack video or anything like that. I just want to see the reasons that people give for why they can no longer be vegan, see if they make any sense, see if they're throwing veganism under the bus as they leave. So let's have a look. So he begins this post off saying, "Hi everyone, recently I've noticed people wondering why I've been so inactive and wondering why I have not uploaded any veganism related content. For quite some time I have been re-evaluating my ethical position on eating animals, which is something people have also noticed. But what you will not know is that I have also been struggling privately to maintain a healthy plant-based diet." All right, so right off the bat, two main points he's making here: that he is reevaluating his ethical and moral stance against animal cruelty and exploitation, which veganism is. And it seems like he's saying that he's doing this not because his ethical stance changed just randomly or without any cause. He makes it sound like the cause is that he's having some issues maintaining a healthy plant-based diet. I'm not exactly sure what these health issues are. Let's continue on and see if he gives any more clarity. Like, is he suffering because he's eating a horrible diet based on kale and beer and Oreos? Or is he eating a great whole food plant-based diet and he's having problems? Let's see if he tells us. "I wanted to let you know that because of this, I have for some time now been consuming animal products again, primarily but not exclusively seafood, and experimenting with how to best integrate them into my life." All right, so he's already eating animal products, primarily seafood. And remember, he said he's making this ethical switch to eating animal products again because of some health concerns or issues. So seafood, really? I didn't know there was some kind of nutrition that's only found in seafood that's essential for human health. I haven't had a lick of seafood in over a dozen years and I'm not falling apart yet, but let's see if it provides any more insight as to what's going on. All right, so he says, "I'm interested in philosophy and never enjoy sharing personal information about myself." Really? He never does? Comment and let me know if that's right. "But I can obviously see why this particular update is both necessary and relevant." Good, I'm glad you do. "It's not my intention to go into too much detail here, as I think that will require more space and perhaps a video." Yeah, you're not giving us really much detail at all, but rather to let you know with more details to follow later. Like how much later? We're talking about this right now. Basically what we're hearing with this just minimal information that he's providing with us. Yeah, he was an ethical vegan from what I understand, and he's saying that because of health concerns or health issues, he finds it absolutely necessary to abandon those moral, ethical principles and start consuming fish. And sounds like other animal products. Again, like what is what is this called? What problem or disease do you have from eating just plants? I have no idea. I've been following, I've been vegan for 12 years. I've not heard of any medical condition or health condition that requires someone to eat fish in order to be okay. I kind of wonder too, did you consult with a plant-based dietitian or nutritionist before making this major life-changing decision? Again, because I'm not aware of any health problem that needs to have meat in order to remedy it. All right, he continues, "My opposition to factory farming remains unchanged, as do my views regarding the need to view non-human animals as morally worthy beings whose interests ethically matter." Interesting sentence here, both halves of it. Let's start with the factory farming. He's calling out factory farming. He's still opposed to it. Well, yeah, vegans are against all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals. And it doesn't matter if your animal was raised in a factory or if it was raised locally next door or people treated it like a family pet. Still, the animal's being exploited. Its body is being used to produce meat. They kill it, slit its throat, what have you, so people can eat it. So trying to say he's like doing something a little morally higher by being against factory farming. Yeah, vegans don't really buy that line of reasoning. He should understand that if he was truly a philosopher and ethical vegan. And he says the need to view non-human animals as morally worthy beings, it remains unchanged. That's kind of interesting. If you truly believe animals are morally worthy beings, how do you reconcile that with consuming them? And as vegans will argue, needlessly, because it's absolutely unnecessary to consume animal products to survive, to be healthy. And don't take my word for this. I mean, let's get into the science that he'll have to somehow debunk if he's going to say it was necessary for him to consume animal products, because health organizations from around the world have reviewed the scientific literature in the areas of vegan health, eating plant-based diets, and their opinion is unanimous. A properly planned plant-based diet, vegan diet, is nutritionally adequate for all people in all phases of life. All right, I was just responding to the first sentence of this paragraph. Let's continue on. However, I am no longer convinced of the appropriateness of an individual-focused boycott in responding to these problems, and am increasingly doubtful of the practicability of maintaining a healthy plant-based diet in the long term. Again, for reasons I hope to go into in more detail at a later date. Once again, I'm not sure how the science of the nutritional adequacy of plant-based diets for all people doesn't apply to CosmicSkeptic. Indeed, one of his top patron supporters, a medical doctor of all people, said he's really disappointed about this alleged unhealthiness of a plant-based diet for him. And furthermore, links to the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics on the nutritional adequacy of vegan diets. All right, continues on. I imagine that the responses to this will vary, and I understand why this might come as a huge disappointment to some of my followers. I am truly sorry for having so rigorously and at times perhaps too unforgivingly advocated for a behavior change, like, not consuming animal products, that I myself have not been able to maintain. Again, we don't understand why you have not been able to maintain this. You're citing health reasons, and we're just all baffled because, like I said, I've been doing this for 12 years, veganism for 12 years, vegan YouTube channel since 2013, and I've talked to many vegan health professionals, medical doctors, dietitians, and I still have yet to hear of any health issue that requires eating fish in order to correct it. So maybe he has a brand new disease we've never heard of, or maybe he's having trouble eating a healthy plant-based diet. You know, he's a dude, he's a guy, maybe just likes to eat fast junk food, and maybe that wasn't working out for him. But I'm just speculating here. I'm just saying, what would I do in that situation? I would, faced with having to go back to eating fish for whatever reason to fix a junk food vegan diet habit, I would say, maybe I need to step up my cooking game and my eating game a little bit to maintain my ethical beliefs. I mean, I don't know, comment down below if that makes sense. He says, I've changed my mind and behaviors publicly on a great many things before, but this feels the most difficult to address by a large margin. I did not want to speak about it until I was certain, 100% certain that you couldn't make it practically work. Certain? Do you understand what certainty means? You must, since you're a philosopher. I mean, you investigated every possibility. You speak with vegan medical doctors, and they told you, you got to start eating fish again, or else some horrible things are going to happen. I'm skeptical of this claim of certainty here. Some of you will not care. No, we care. We really want to know what you're saying here and if it's truthful. Some may understand, some will be angry. I'm a little angry that this doesn't make much sense right now. Maybe it will one day magically, but right now I'm scratching my head, and others upset. Naturally, this is a quite embarrassing and humbling moment, so I also understand and accept that there will be some I told you so's. I'm not going to read any more of his letter. We're pretty much at the end here. He just has an apology to his viewers and such. But let's get back to his reasons why, the few scant reasons he gave us here as to why he can't be vegan, citing health issues. And I wish there were way more detail here. Is he, again, kind of debunking all these health organizations who made position statements on the nutritional adequacy of vegan diets? Does he have a unique health issue? Is he eating a horrible kale, beer, Oreo vegan diet because he's a bro? I don't know, and I wish he would let us know, because there's just so much confusion and question here, and he's giving all the anti-vegans and carnivore type people some great ammunition to throw at us. Look, even CosmicSkeptic couldn't maintain this horrible, unhealthy vegan diet. Well, let me give you guys a little bit of a response to that, all you anti-vegans. I've been vegan much longer than he has been, over 12 years, like I said, and I'm 55 years old. So you would think if there was some inherent nutritional deficiency in eating all plants for all these years, they would have surfaced by now. But anyone who's followed my channel knows that I have a long history of putting my blood labs up here for you all to see. I'm not deficient in anything, super high testosterone levels. My athleticism is excellent for a person my age or even half my age, and so are my blood tests. I mean, I'm slam dunking at age 55 on the basketball court. So by all measures, my health has not deteriorated or suffered from eating an all plant diet for all these years at my advanced age. So let's hope he puts out another video or whatever he did here, a post on his community tab explaining more. It doesn't have to, but I think it really should, because what he's saying here for most of us just makes no sense. And again, it's not just my opinion this makes no sense. Even his top Patreon supporter, a medical doctor, says this makes no sense. So hopefully we'll hear some more from CosmicSkeptic in the not so distant future. So anyway, guys, questions and comments down below. What did you think about this? Were you shocked? Did you follow him? Let me know more about his activism, or I assumed he was an ethical vegan activist. Let me know if I was wrong. I haven't really watched his content. So help me out, inform me and educate me down there. And be polite and courteous as always. Remember, this is not an attack video, and I don't expect a bunch of attacks in the comments as well. So hit like, subscribe, share this video, become a channel member, and remember, it does suck being vegan.